I mean, are we live? Someone's gonna have to let me know.
We are.
Not yet.
Oh, we're live?
We are.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're live. So, all right, guys, someone intro us. What do we got going on today? What are we talking about? Who's the guest speaker today?
Well, you are.
All right. Kim, what are we talking about today?
So one of the top questions that we get from agents is about marketing. What is the best way to market my property? Especially when we're in competition with another agent and they want to see our marketing plan. So we get this a lot, and I'll admit I'm not a marketing expert. So we thought we would have you as a guest to tell us. I do have one question from an agent that said, how would I market to the sellers in the condo complex where my client just bought? So are we just doing postcards? I had another agent ask me,
Right.
I'd like to find a buyer in Chicago. So it's really
You'd like to find a buyer in Chicago.
Yeah, we just want to pick your brain. Pick
All
your
right.
brain.
So, couple thoughts. So if you're going for a listing that you don't have yet, and you're going to try and market yourself, like let's say it's a competitive listing environment, which I used to do all the time back in 2000, back when it was more of a buyer's market. I would always be up against multiple realtors for a listing. Back then, I mean, here's the deal. You're going to put on the MLS. You're going to write some really nice, beautiful copy. You're going to get some professional photos. You might even get a drone shot. Maybe you'll do twilight photos where you get sunset in the background. Maybe you'll make little cue cards that say like laundry room this way with an arrow. These are all things you can do to market a property. I don't think those things necessarily make you unique. Right. I don't think those things are unique. Those aren't things that I think are like, I kind of consider those like level 1 marketing. Right? That's like everyone should be doing these things. If you're using your cell phone to take photos, you should rethink that. You should be getting professional photos taken.
Agreed.
Thank you.
So when you are in a competitive situation and you are competing for a listing, the best thing that I can tell you right now is have this basic plan, have this marketing plan, but spend most of your time understanding your client and building rapport. This business is much less about your quote unquote marketing prowess and much more about trust. So we'll talk about marketing, but I also want you to understand like the way that you build trust is also part of marketing, right? How you present yourself, how you communicate, how are you dressed, how are you prepared, is your car clean? These are all things that are going to impact someone's impression of you. And when you're going up against multiple people and you're going for a listing, if you focus almost exclusively on a little book that you have here with a guide on how you're going to get top value for their home, they might be kind of glassy-eyed and falling asleep by the time you're done walking through your giant, wonderful plan for their home, when all they really want to know is, do you believe in our house? Do you believe in the value we want for this home? What are your thoughts? So I'm going to start there. But now let's talk about what I think the real purpose of marketing a home is, and that's to A, sell their home, B, do a great job, but C, gain additional business. So when we make these videos for agents that we'll do for like listing properties that aren't just simply like a walkthrough of a home. If you actually like go look at Kelly Kalish. Kelly, we just helped Kelly make a video. She's the creative genius behind that one. She wrote the script, she did everything like this. But if you go look at what she did, she made a really cool, really beautiful marketing video for her listing. And there's a little gnome running around, and it's really kind of a cool little video. But we made a previous video for her as well. And again, she came up with the idea for it. But that video that she made for this listing that sold very quickly above asking price, you could argue that her marketing brought in a higher value. You could argue that her marketing brought more people to the property. But above and beyond that, what her marketing did is brought her more clients. So she gained multiple clients from a single video she produced. So while she invested, you could ask the question, say, Kelly, Why would you spend $500 to $1,000 on staging a home and a video on a home when you know it's going to sell in the first week it's on the market? Why would you waste those dollars?
Mm-hmm.
And the response is, okay, if you're looking at it from a single property for the money invested into a single property and the rate of return on a single property, okay, maybe you have an argument that that wasn't a good investment of dollars, potentially. You might be able to make a case. But if you look at what happens from the investment into that single property, and now she has 5 additional investment into a single property, it's not about that one listing. It's about nailing it on that one listing so you have 5 new listing opportunities next time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what I think really good, impressive marketing does for you.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the ways that 5-star stands out. Oops, go ahead. You're kind of breaking in and out. So can you hear us? We lost him for a minute.
That's all right.
Oh, we'll wait for him to come back.
He'll be back. He'll be back. But
He'll be
Kelly's video was absolutely excellent. I don't know how many of you saw it. I watched it twice last night.
So how would agents find that? To go to YouTube and just Google her?
If they like Kelly
Go to Facebook.
Yeah, it's Kellie, Kalish, Kalish.
Can you hear us now, Paul?
Yes, I can hear you. So where did I leave off real quick, guys?
What do you say?
I don't know.
Where did I leave off?
Oh, just about her video. And
I talked for a bit about it. So what was the last thing I said? Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, essentially you were just saying, why does somebody like Kelly go and invest and spend this kind of money, and what is the return on her investment? And essentially it's
right.
Who does she meet and what other clients does she gain as a result of her efforts?
Yep.
Right. So check it out. And so on the previous video that she made, if you guys go to her Facebook page, you'll see all these videos there. But yeah, I mean, I think her last video she made for this little house, I think she got multiple listing opportunities from a single video. And they referenced the video saying, "We loved your video. We want to work with you."
Yeah,
so it's
it's cute. It's got a little gnome in it, right?
Yeah.
That one just came out yesterday. But several weeks ago, there was a different video that led to this one. So this gnome video that you see today is a direct result of her previous video. This listing came because of the previous video.
Nice. Nice. Very cute. Very cute.
What? Yeah.
Go ahead.
What was the cost of her to do the video? What's an approximate
Kelly
cost?
put a lot of work. Kelly did the voiceovers herself. She wrote the script herself, and she mapped out the shots herself. So from that perspective, Kelly has an advantage over some realtors that don't really have that kind of creative spirit.
Yep.
Or like they're not. She leans towards creativity, and same with people like Dustin Anderson, where he leans kind of into that creative realm. But that video to produce was $500. She spent hundreds of dollars to stage the house as well.
Yeah.
So she might have $1,000 or more invested into that gnome video. But again, it's like she's setting the stage for massive amounts of referrals.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
She's building her brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that again goes back to this idea of marketing. Like, again, we can sit here and talk about marketing strategies for a listing, which anything you do that's gonna separate yourself out, like videos or great photos or twilight photos or drone shots, all of that is ways to market a house. There's really no rocket science way to market a house in terms like unseen ways to market a home. But what I would argue with you is do whatever it takes to make your client feel like they are the center of your world. For example, simple things like getting them a wooden post with a hanging sign. Do not underestimate how important that is to a seller. I promise you right now, if you gave your seller an option between a metal staked sign or a wooden hanging sign, they will pick a wooden hanging sign.
Okay.
And then if you ask them why, they'll go, well, that just looks so fancy. I promise you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I think what I hear you saying is, regardless of whether they sell in a day or two, put the same effort into every listing and showcase that home in the best possible way no matter what price range, no matter what the market's doing, give it your very, very best, because you're doing it for your client, but you're also doing it for your brand and your name as well.
Yes. Yes.
Amen, Jim.
Yes.
Amen.
And yeah, that's exactly it. Because if you do this right with your listing, then you nail it, and you show these sellers from the start of the listing to the end of the listing that you are going to be giving them, you're marketing yourself and your services and their home to its best possible, to the highest possibilities. They will tell everyone they know about you and say, this person was second to none, look no further.
Yep. So how do I answer Laura on this question? She's not able to be here on Tuesday or Thursdays because of a commitment, but she said, I always watch them in the afternoon. So she's looking for our answer. So I told her I would present it.
Okay.
And she said, how would I market to the sellers in the condo complex where my client just bought? So she must have bought the buyer. Yep. Go ahead.
Got it. So she wants to be like, hey, look at me. I'm a neighborhood expert. I just sold your neighbor's home.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Do you do a postcard?
I mean, I think you do all of the above. Like, so for example, here's my thought. So if you want to become an expert in a neighborhood, and feel free to interrupt me if I start to chop out here, guys, because I'm somewhere near like Odessa on the highway. But if you want to become an expert in an area, the old saying was you have to communicate at least 7 times with those people before they even recognize your name and your face.
Okay.
So this isn't a single postcard to a neighborhood. I mean, the quickest way, if you want to send one post, is go to our little marketing center, go to the postcard center at 5star-education.com, go and do a just sold postcard or a just listed postcard, pick the nearest 100 people, and it'll drop a postcard into their laps within a couple days. That's the simplest way to do it if you're looking for a one-shot deal and maybe you knock someone loose from the tree. But if you're really truly trying to dominate a condo development or a lake or an area, you need to do that forever. Literally never stop marketing to that condo association. They should get a postcard from you once a month. Put flyers on doors, whatever you can do, sponsor the
Okay, he's out for a minute.
He's froze. He's froze.
Right.
He's froze. So what we'll until he comes back. One of the things I know some agents were doing that's amazing. What I hear Paul talking about is they want to establish themselves as the lake experts. So every week they've been going out to a new lake, standing on the dock. It's kind of humorous, kind of funny, and talking about the lake. So that's one idea. You back, Paul?
let me see. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There he is.
Okay. So what I was going to say is to dominate a condo or dominate a lake or whatever it might be, look for ways to embed yourself into that development. Like, for example, take the condos. Like, you should be mailing them once a month forever, letting them know what's happening in the condo development. You should be sponsoring the condo, the yearly party. You should be sponsoring the garage sales. Pay for the signage. Pay for the water bottles. Offer to advertise the garage sales for them. Whatever you can do to be the leader in that condo development, like literally roll the red carpet out for them and show them that no other agent is investing into that neighborhood more than you.
Yeah. How about hosting a happy hour like at the pool and invite them to come and meet their new neighbor or something like that?
Yes.
Great idea.
Yep. Sponsor the moving party, sponsor the whatever, anything you can do to connect with those people, to show them that you are a next level realtor and you aren't just like a one and done.
Yep.
That's how you're going to become known. So I had a listing one time on a street named Etna over in Alger Heights area. I got one listing, sold it. The lady across the street shouted at me, "How would you sell it for?" I said, "Over asking price in one day." We're literally shouting across the street at each other. She called me the next day. I came out, I listed her house, I sold that house. Then I have two for sale signs, and I kept dropping the just sold cards out. So by the end of the month, I had 5 signs on that street. All of them had a sold sign on them.
Nice. Very
So
nice.
like, I was like, So I was like the mayor of the street for a few months. And had I played my cards right, which I didn't, I would have kept going, right? And I would have never let go of Edna Street. I would have like named my dog Edna. You know, I would have like done anything I could to become like the king of Edna Street. And but those are examples of things you can do to truly embed yourself. Like if you want to own a lake, if you want to be the king or queen of that lake, find ways to sponsor the lake parties, sponsor the boat parade, whatever you can do to be part of that lake community. You know, it's not good enough to just like get one listing and then send out one postcard. It's not going to get you there.
How about offering lake tours from your boat if you live there?
Lake tours. Yep. Offering lake tours. Great idea.
From your boat. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sponsor. Yeah. Get the local marina to sponsor like a boat trial runs on the lake. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Sponsor the local marina.
Yep. And often they have their own newsletter where you can buy ads. They have their own Facebook page. You want to be really active on that lake. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So what I heard you saying is the postcard. So to answer this question, you know, I've done that. I'm guilty like Paul. It's not my focus. Back in the day, I used to spend a lot of time taking over the neighborhood. But I think it's really important. One of the things I tell agents is they say, well, what marketing should I do? Or what should I use? And I think the answer there is consistency. You have to be all in, do it consistently. I've thrown out postcards and got lucky and maybe got a hit and maybe didn't.
Yep.
So it's a cross marketing effort, right?
Exactly. It's a consistent effort. So, you know, one of the most consistent realtors that I've ever seen is Jeff Blahnik.
Okay.
Jeff Blahnik works over in the northwest side of Grand Rapids. He sends out a newsletter to all of the northwest side of Grand Rapids. He's been doing it for 20 plus years. And he's a household name now in the northwest side of Grand Rapids there with this little trifold newsletter he sends out. And it's simple. It's not rocket science, but it lands in people's mailboxes consistently.
Yep.
And I tell you what, I a couple of probably like 10 years ago, my wife and I bought it for sale by owner. And I called and I said, just, you know, I'm a realtor with 5-star. And he said, no, you better not be trying to just get in here and talk about my house and ask me to list it because I'm for sale by owner. And I was like, no, this isn't some sort of slick, like, hey, can I come see your property? And then I'm going to try and list it with you. He said, because if I list it, I'm listed with Jeff Blahnik. And I show up and there's a stack of Jeff Blahnik's trifolds on the counter.
Of course there was. Of course there was.
Yes, there was.
But it's much more important. So like, for example, with the condos, send a monthly update. Hey, condo association, here's what the current average values are. We sold 5 condos last month. Prices are up 5%. Looks like you're doing great. Like, be their leader.
Yep. Kim, I don't know who asked the question on the condos, but I've listed a couple. And the comical thing is right near Grandma Carlson, Greg Carlson's mom. This is the development we're talking about. I've got 3 things going on 3 different condos. And it's always interesting as you drive down the road now that everybody says, oh, Doug Hale's here. I wonder who's moving. And so it's kind of interesting how this conversation just starts to build and build. And I'm one of those guys that says, you know, in a condo development, there are 94 condos within a half a mile. So you could get out of your car, walk up and down the road, be the mayor, as Paul just said, of the condo development. And you're going to have conversation after conversation after conversation, because many of these folks in a condo development, they might be a little older than I am, just a smidge. But again, they got a lot of time to talk. And so again, those are good conversations about, hey, who's moving next and where are they going? And so those are great opportunities to do that. And I echo what Paul said. That just makes all the sense in the world to me. So
and then when they see your signs go up, now they know you're expert because your signs are in the lawns. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was talking with Charlie Reaver and Lisa McSabi. They're on Lisa Rossi's team. And the two of them are just so fun to be together with because they both have a lot of energy. And when they're popping in the car with each other, and it's like, hey, we got an hour. They literally jump out of the car and they start walking through neighborhoods and they get listings this way. just by knocking on doors, stopping people, having a conversation. They're super approachable. They're really excited. They're really excited about what they do. Therefore, when they interact with the public, it comes through. It's authentic, and they're the real deal. So imagine just keeping some things in your car with you. And when you have an extra hour, 30 minutes, whatever you have, take some time, walk through some neighborhoods. You'll be surprised at how many people will engage with you.
You sure will.
Yep.
Agree.
Yep. What else do we got?
Any other, I don't have any other questions. I think.
Oh, we should do a follow-up on agent marketing. Like we should take this conversation to the next level and talk not just about listing marketing, but really spend some time talking about like agent marketing next time. Like, what does it look like to market yourself on the web? Why market yourself? Like, let's follow this up with another session, maybe in a couple of weeks.
Great.
Yeah, that's great.
Was there a question also, Kim, about from one of the agents about Chicago?
Yes, there was.
Oh,
Their seller.
Well, here's my thought on that.
Okay.
There's like 7 million people in Chicago, right? So I can't really afford to drop a postcard on every single one of them.
Right.
Well, so you what you could do is you could like, let's say you had a listing up here. I mean, are we talking like a Lake Michigan property, or what are we talking here?
Yeah, they're I believe they're on somewhere in Muskegon, close to the water, and they feel like their buyer is in Chicago.
So I will tell you a couple thoughts. If I was in Chicago and I was looking to spend $1 million on a property on Lake Michigan, I certainly wouldn't need a postcard to arrive on in my mailbox to determine that was the property for me. I would already be aware of everything for sale from Holland up to Ludington, because I would be on Zillow looking.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't think we can. With Zillow probably consumes 98% of all real estate search. So, to be quite honest with you, the idea that we're going to find a needle in a haystack, this right buyer in Chicago, it's going to be tough. Now, if your client is telling you should be marketing into Chicago, right? Now we're having another conversation, because there's a difference. We have reality versus what your client wants you to do. So we have reality saying, look, if you're a qualified buyer looking for a lakefront property on Michigan, well, I'll give you a very real example. Okay, I have a friend who sells exclusively on Lake Michigan. He lists a property. Okay, and guess who emails him about this $3 million property? An NFL coach. I'm not kidding. He got an email with someone when their last name rhymes with Barbaugh.
Oh, gotcha.
Like legitimately, he legitimately got an email from a famous, internationally known NFL football coach. And met him at the house. Went out and showed him the house, and they're buying it.
Wow, nice.
So, but I'm telling you right now, he didn't drop a postcard into Baltimore to find a Baltimore buyer. The Baltimore buyer found him, and so anyways, I don't have a great answer for how to find Chicago buyers besides maybe sponsoring a Facebook post generally into an area where you think high value buyers might be coming from. But think about Chicago for a second. It's massive amounts of suburbs, a massive inner city. So I think what you do is you make the home available on the normal spots where those people would go to find that property, and then market the heck out of it to make it attractive.
So I think what I also you're saying is, once again, present the home in such a way so that when this coach looks up on Zillow or whatever platform they're using, they the home spectacularly, right? Just amazing photos, videos, drones, marketing remarks, so that when they do find you, it looks amazing.
And what they did before they called him is they looked him up, because they said, well, let's just double check this guy real quick. And his website, his Instagram, his Facebook presence, they said, okay, and we're going to reach out to this realtor directly.
Yep. Good advice.
Good advice.
Well, good. Well, is there any other questions out there? Are there any others? Any comments? No? Well, we appreciate you driving and talking to us. We'll follow up with some more questions and just some follow up to this topic. It's a big topic and I know it's really important.
It is.
But we appreciate you coming on here.
And like you said, in more than one session, we got a lot of things to build on in this. And again, I just agree with everything that's been said this morning. The more we can talk about that and the different aspects of that, man, that's going to do nothing but help our business grow for sure.
Right. And I think one thing to leave to everyone is your presence is your biggest marketing. What's the word I'm looking for? That you are the biggest marketer, just your presence, how you present yourself, how you're acting when you're on the lake, on your boat, you know, how are you presenting yourself? Like Paul said, they went to this agent's website, to their online presence. I think that's a really big, important part too, as well. Right.
Yep. And just remember, these things are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what you put out there really represents you. So that's just the thing. When you have a listing, anything you put out on the internet, people have access to. So make sure it looks really good. Make sure it represents you really well.
Absolutely.
And my final thought would be, if you're wanting to talk about marketing, whether it be how to use real estate marketing or social media or whatever kind of marketing we can think of, we have a team here at 5-Star that can sit there and consult with you. Beyond this agent support, this broker support team here that you see, which they're all fantastic, we also have a marketing team like with Emma and Mary and talk about different strategies and ways where you can utilize any of the things you've just heard of today. It's not out of your reach, guys. This is within your reach. If you want to do something, we're here for you, and let's do something.
I love it.
So if you want to go to the next level, reach out to us and let us know what you're thinking about, and we'll help connect you to a pro at 5-Star Real Estate in our marketing, as part of our marketing team, to help you get started.
Awesome.
Amen.
All right. Well, everybody, have a good day. We're going to sign off here. Thanks again, Paul.
Thanks again, Paul.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye.